Hello once again, and welcome to another BMBBH on a Monday night. This is Kev, and already the first thing I'm about to do is to thank Gemini 605 for this super chat. Thank you for your support of this channel, and it's much appreciated. First off, if you're walking in, like as Judge Dre first commented, please hit that like button. Likes are for free and it's for the algorithm. Oh, Hammer, what's going on? Uh, yep, and if it's your first time swinging through here and you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. And tonight's sponsor for this particular broadcast is my habitual line stepper brother, the Roger Report. Long live the habitual line steppers. Definitely thank you. And how you become a sponsor of the stream is be the one to do the most as far as donations. I have a Cash App that is open, and I also have a super chat as well. Please support the channel. Cash App is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Know that everything is fair use, and I do this for edutainment purposes only, meaning that you can take everything with a grain of salt, or you can take it with actual good information, as a lot of people claim they do when they watch this channel. So, yeah, so far we got 14. Make sure all of you are hitting the like button. Like I said, it's for free. And let's get to the subject matter. Tonight, it's going to be focused kind of on a special kind of stupid. And, you know, like I said in the past, and I will continue to say, I don't necessarily want this to be the What's Wrong with Black People channel, but is in order for us to get through many of these issues that we have as far as we go, we have to have the tough conversations. So let me start off by this: the belief of the superiority of other races and over us. Okay. Now, Facebook is a useful bastion of information. I just want you to take a look at these two screenshots right here. Like one of them says, get Jason Roger Pope charged with infecting over 600 black women with HIV and AIDS. And the petition itself has reached a whopping 5,522. Uh, then you have the other screenshot, remove Kevin Samuels from YouTube and Instagram, which is something, of course, we all know that we don't have to worry about anymore. But I think that whoever is like I said, I got this off Facebook, and whoever felt like that this was worth showing, this petition itself was closing in on 35,000 signatures, which really highlights what's wrong with us. For real. I mean, one man that did physical damage over one man that was just simply telling you the truth. And it really exposes kind of a nerve here in our community, which is a goddamn shame. Some of us just don't get it. We just don't. And that shit sucks. That shit sucks that we hate a guy who more so told people the truth and didn't infect anybody with anything, maybe with a few hurt feelings. We hate him over the guy who actually went out of his way to harm women. And I mean, it's just something that we got to fix at the end of the day. I don't like I said, I don't know what's wrong with us, you know. But I got more of these to show. Oh, Greg, what's going on? And another super chat. Thank you for your support of the channel. Yeah, just really, you guys are keeping me motivated. Whether you are viewing this channel or you're giving me donations, I really appreciate it. Thank you for that. Thank you for your generosity. Uh, Gemini 605 said this needs to be called out. You goddamn right it needs to be called out. Yeah, like one more time, rest in peace to Kevin Samuels. His death was definitely too soon, and I mean, all the work he was doing on YouTube and Instagram and social media, he was just getting started, and it was a shame that his life was cut short. He was 56 years old, and what that tells me with his age is like that it's never too late to get started. It's never too late. I mean, so if you feel like that if you're 40 years old and you might be losing, by the time you hit 50, you could be winning. So, that at the end of the day, just keep trying, and no matter what age you are, and make the most of it, because if Kevin Samuels taught you any kind of lessons, is that you cannot waste a minute. Hybrid catastrophic impact S83rd power. Long live, brother. Thank you once again for showing up. Yeah, so let's go through some of these slides that I put together. I don't have too many. I may have 4 or 5. Yeah, but I mean, this one right here has been going around. This has been going around Facebook. I don't know if it would have been too violent to show here, so I just gave a couple screenshots. Uh, this right here is like, if anybody had watched this video, why in the world would anybody want to poke at a lion like this? And I don't know whether this took. It might have taken place in Africa because it'd have made news in America. This guy wants to stick his finger in the cage and mess with this lion. So what the lion did was grab onto his finger and strip that meat off like it was like a tender chicken wing. I was like, it was very graphic and it was very violent. And it's just like, it really does, like, for things like this, it really does take a special kind of stupid to do. So that's why they tell you, don't mess with these animals. Don't poke the bear and don't fuck with a lion. Uh, Indigenous TV, thank you for the super chat. Much appreciated. He said 10 for the DJ Pope Sentence Appeal Fund. We must get this man released from prison. Hashtag let Brad cook. Hashtag free DJ Pope. Hashtag free this man. So yeah, well, thanks for your generosity, Indigenous TV. I really appreciate that. Yeah, man. Yeah, but yeah, it's just like, if, like I said, anybody that watched this video on Facebook, when he pulled his finger away, you can see the meat being stripped from his finger. So how stupid do you have to be to how stupid do you have to be to subject yourself to that? But y'all going in on these comments already. Hybrid Catastrophic says, watch some of KS content earlier. His views and subscriber count has gone up because it's. Let me tell you, it's just like this. He's being immortalized at this point. He has very well turned into a martyr, and I believe that his haters more than his fans have done this. This man Hybrid says, that lion mad enough it's in captivity. Yeah, it's not free to roam the Serengeti and kill at will. So, some stupid ass dude poking at him through a fence would probably not be the greatest idea. And why would he want to do that anyway? I mean, I guess he figured like, oh, let me touch the lion, let me touch the lion. No, that's a wild animal. That is a carnivorous creature. That is a carnivorous creature, and why would it? Why would anybody want to do that? I wouldn't even get near a lion like that. Not for real, because I like myself. I like living, and I want to do this. And I want to do this for as long as I can, for as much as I can. So yeah. So anybody in here that hadn't pressed that like, go ahead and hit that like button. Once again, Long Tong Son, what's going on? He said, "Thank the haters." I guess that's in reference to KS. Uh, yeah, thank the haters. These haters have done more to further this man's legacy than his actual fans that mourn and grieve him. And, as a space, I believe we should continue his legacy no matter how you feel about it, trying to get the message out there. I mean, whether you felt like it was SBE, as some of you like to say, or if it had an actual purpose. I lean more toward the actual purpose narrative. Let me take a sip of water. Yeah. Indigenous TV, you off the chain though. It's always good to have you in the chat though. He said that line is practicing white supremacy. Yeah, so let's move on to the next slide. Oh yeah, this is what I wanted to discuss. Uh, this is a headline by Revolt TV, and I want to know what y'all think of that chat. Light this chat up with what you think about this. Too Short. Now, anybody that has known Too Short is up there with the likes of Two Live Crew. I mean, as far as his lyrics about women, I would say they were worse than NWA. Let me pull this story up because, hey, Sight Bud, what's going on? Let me pull this story up. Because it's unbelievable to me that someone of the likes of Too Short would actually say this. But I'm gonna bring up a point as soon as I go through this article. As soon as I find this, yeah, because like I said, of all people, this is coming from him. This is coming from Too Short. And the kind of thing that it takes for a man to do this, especially with someone with the reputation that Too Short has, it takes a special kind of stupid. So, and don't worry, guys. For those of you who are here for an open panel, I'm gonna open up the panel tonight. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But know this: I'm prepared to do these kinds of things by myself. But I did find the article, so let's go through this. Indigenous TV once again. What's going on? Ramil streamed today. I mean, Dennis and Melanie. Although all them people got some explaining to do. I haven't had a chance to check out Ramil's stream, but I probably will go through it tomorrow. Just won't watch it because I do check out Ramil. Ramil is not someone that I wholly agree with, but I do respect the game. So Jay Smith says, "What's his favorite word?" Hold on one second. He said, "What's his favorite word?" Bitch. Yeah, some start playing in the background. It got me distracted a little bit. But said, "Bitch." Like he even had a song on one of his albums that he was like saying like, "What's his favorite?" He was the one that came out with that word in the first place. But let me scroll back up. All right, this is a Revolt TV. It says Too Short doesn't approve of the way Kevin Samuels treated women. It sounded hateful. It says that Too Short hit up the Big Facts podcast to share his take on the late YouTuber and much more. Uh, let's go through this article because I got quite a bit to say about this. Not the fact that he used his lyrics to overly sexualize women. Uh, yeah, seriously. And I've always been like this about it. I'm not an advocate for feminism. I'm not an advocate for those women were uh, being degraded because I fully believe that there was a human choice being made by those women and they chose to participate. No one made them put a gun to their heads and make them twerk in those videos, made them appear to those album covers exposing themselves. A lot of those women were paid to do that shit. And a lot of those women wanted the notoriety and the attention that kind of brought. But that's kind of beside the point. The point is, Too Short said this shit. Too Short. All right, so the article says, and I don't know who this is. I don't know who these people are. Maybe some of you guys that are in the now know who these people are, but I'm an older cat, so uh, it says Big Bank, DJ Scream, and Baby Jade return with a new episode of the Big Facts podcast featuring West Coast legend Too Short. The rapper stopped by to talk about his legacy, the controversial YouTuber Kevin Samuels, as well as advice he had for up and coming artists who are looking to secure longevity in the music business. The conversation, okay, it said the conversation took off running after Banks asked hip hop pioneer to list some of his own musical contributions that have yet to be duplicated. Now I'm gonna go ahead and say this: Too Short wasn't the best rapper. I mean, I think a lot of what, and I will say this as a guy who was a younger child when Too Short hit the scene. A lot of what attracted people to Too Short was his vulgarity, for his really overtly sexual style of lyrics toward women. I would say one of his biggest songs that I used to hear, other kids my age play in secret that we used to listen to was Freaky Tales. Now, what y'all know about them Freaky Tales? Let's see. He says a lot of stuff. He says, my blueprint has always been funky music with a lot of bass and just spit a lot of game. Still, I can name you a few that figured it out. Okay. All right. But let's scroll to the part where he was talking about Kevin Samuels. Blah, 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 hip hop. Okay. Okay. There it is. Let me highlight that so y'all will know what I'm reading. Too Short also shared his thoughts on the controversial YouTuber Kevin Samuels, the self proclaimed lifestyle expert who rose to fame during his polarizing dating advice and comments about black women, which many found offensive, died earlier this month. He was 56 years old. Okay, let me go back over his comments about black women. This is something that, like, the media puts this a highlight on this for a reason, and the reason is, because they want, like, and I'm here to be brutally honest, the divide between black men and black women as far as social media is profitable. It is, and many have used that to their advantage, especially a lot of the bigger content creators. Now, I'm not saying for them not to do it, because I do believe at the end of the day, what this does is put a highlight on a lot of the problems that we are experiencing in our community that need to be discussed. And if we left it in the hands of the mainstream media, then those problems will never be solved. I do believe that a lot of the content creators do care about bridging this divide, or either getting everybody together or just getting everybody to leave each other alone. But either way, those are two ways we can solve it. But I'm sure that's a whole nother long ass live stream. But it but it will go on to say that I don't know the whole journey. He said, all I know is the recent clickbait. I can't get to the gist of where it came from and what it was. I don't know. It sounded like some pimping, but then it sounded real anti female. I don't know. It sounded hateful. Okay, listen up. Here's the point I got to make. It was because of rappers like Too Short, like, because it says I don't know, like he said I can't get the gist of where it came from. It was rappers like Too Short as to where this stuff came from. I mean, I'm not saying that, you know that all women are supposed to be plain James. They're plain James. They're supposed to be wifey material. Because if they hoes, I would just go ahead and say let the hoes hoe. It said that he was saying that he doesn't know the gist of where it came from is a goddamn lie. But because it was and you could agree or disagree, it came from environments and stages that people like him and people like Two Live Crew and people like I would say people like rappers like Master P, rappers like Willie D, who kind of turned over their thug leaves to become simps. Yeah, because Master P has done some simping too. It's because of stages that they set that kind of got women to that point, believing that being hoes was okay. This is what the men want. This is what the men want. And it and what kills me about it was a very small demographic of men that was doing this, but because they were famous, because they themselves was controversial and polarizing. The other point that I have to make is that one thing about us black men is that we're always kind of competing to be the big dog that stands atop of the mountain, the HNIC complex. When we see like there's and I've seen this in plenty of men organizations in all walks of life, whether whether it be in the church or in the school or just you know like some like a fraternity or even like in my case, in high school, like a marching band. We always had that one or two archetypes that tried to dominate what was cool and what wasn't cool. And I believe that we're seeing that kind of thing unfold on YouTube with the whole pookie versus the quote unquote educated lame, which is a stupid fucking term. That kind of rivalry of sorts. The guy who wears the hoodie versus the guy who wears the suit. The guy like this has always been all these little subdivisions and all these little sub rivalries. And Too Short, seeing that he was the kind of rapper that highly sexualized women. Sexualized. I gotta find another word because sexualized is such a social justice word. But we're using this tonight. That sexualized women. Kevin Samuels represents another archetype and like think about it, had Kevin Samuels lived, would he eventually had won? Would he eventually have won? Because a lot of guys, especially in the space, fought against that. They would even go as far as to tell men like me that we were looking for a messiah, that men have a messiah complex, and that is something else that is HNIC as well. And my brutally honest opinion, that's stupid shit. Real stupid shit. I don't understand. Like, yeah, I don't understand it. But at the end of the day, it does take a special kind of stupid to maintain and try to perpetuate such narratives as they come in. But it's like this. Too Short stance on Kevin Samuels. Number one, he should have gotten the whole fucking story. He should at least watch. He should at least watch a full broadcast because I seriously fucking doubt it that he watched much of Kevin Samuels. See, he got this shit from bitches, and when I say bitches, I mean women. He got that shit from them. Oh, Kevin Samuels. Oh, he hates women. Oh my God, I don't understand why those women call in. And then, Too Short saying that he's on some pimp shit. He think that the women should be coming to him, not some guy in a suit that wears glasses. Because hey, let me just tell y'all this: we stereotype any guy that wore glasses. We like as far as us as a people, we thought that the glass guys were the smart guys. We thought that we were more intelligent. We thought that we were better. Oh, we were the quote unquote educated lanes. And it's such a narrow minded spectrum because educated goes far deeper than wearing glasses and suits. You know, I'm not telling y'all that you should wear a suit But whatever you got to do, and whatever kind of image you carry, just make sure that it does you some kind of good. But Too Short then turned into one of these old niggas, as y'all like to say. And I'm not too far from that little trope myself. But um, here's a term that I would like to describe Too Short in this moment that he had when he was addressing what he thought about Kevin Samuels. And Kevin Samuels, like his death, uh, really revealed that he was a lot more mainstream than people thought he was. Because after his death, you got all kinds of people of notoriety coming out to make comments about him and tell you what their thoughts are, especially people like Ti. I mean, Ti has did an interview with Kevin Samuels on his Expeditiously podcast, and really, podcast is the way to go. And let me tell y'all something: is groups and spaces like us that show them that we could do that. And he did this on a podcast. So my word for Too Short in this case is hypocrite. A motherfucking hypocrite. I mean, you participated in an art form that said hateful shit about guys and women. And look, look, guys, it takes a lot of strength to see through the bullshit. But for the weaker minds, I could even say that these kinds of lyrics kind of influence guys to be that kind of person toward women. And I mean, a lot of guys, like it put them on game. It gave them a certain amount of swagger. And I wouldn't say that it led to the abuse and the denigration of women. I wouldn't say that. But, at the same time, shit, it is what it is. It kind of got them, guys to look at women like they were, sex objects, more than a plain Jane, more than a wifey type. Shoot, and we would be dishonest with ourselves to say that it didn't do that. Shoot, just like NWA, and people call NWA gangster rap. I would call NWA a clapback to all the shit that was being said about us in the mainstream media. See, rap was the original red pill. And I would believe that Too Short would have understood something like that. Him of all people, he would have understood this. But no. But I believe that a lot of mainstream people are going to start coming. Like they can't come for Kevin Samuels anymore because the only thing they can do is try to crush whatever he did. The man is no longer here to defend himself or to crush the messages by calling him a sexist or misogynist. Whatever buzzword that they use. But you know, there's still a group of men that are left. And I would like to call those men, with sincerity, the Black Manosphere. There are some very potent personalities that still remain. And whether you agree with me or whether you don't agree with me, I'm going to go ahead and say some of those names. Angry Man, Minister Jap, Fresh and Fit. Fresh and Fit is very like Minister Jap was just on Fresh and Fit. I saw a clip of that, and it was like it was funny. I see these guys as entertaining. I mean, you like a lot of you guys see those guys as what's y'all term, what's y'all acronym, SBE. But those guys are very entertaining to say the least. But if there wasn't a group of people to create the situation and propagate or make the path for those guys to do what they do, then who knows where this would be. Maybe we'll be in a place where we didn't have to do this. But this is what look, we don't have to come on here and call women bitch, even though bitch does come out of our mouth quite a bit. you know But anyway, we have the opportunity on these podcasts and on these live YouTube broadcasts to set everything right. And what Too Short didn't do was the right thing. What he tried to do is he's trying to, I would say, what he's trying to do is, I'm trying to put it in a way that sounds like it makes sense. I don't know. Maybe he trying to call himself defending these women. Make sure that the mainstream stays on top. People like Snoop Dogg or people like Master P, as I mentioned. You know, trying to keep the mainstream narrative on top, and maybe they do feel guilty about the way a lot of these young people and people who came after them look after or address women in such a way that makes those women feel degraded. I'm in no way taking up for these women because, like I said, women participated in this shit and they don't have much of an accountability factor, which which in a way it gives us shit to call out. If they didn't participate in these behaviors and make wild ass fools of themselves in the first place, trying to get the approval of guys like these who are now hypocrites, then a lot of this stuff wouldn't be being discussed. You know, One thing that I will say about the space itself is that we should be focused on the empowerment of black men, on the rights of black men. But what these mainstream narratives have done, and a lot of these old doo doo heads, a lot of these idiots, that are even within the space don't understand is that, if it wasn't for shit like this, trying to say that and Kevin Samuels, he's now a proxy for black men. Actually, if it wasn't for stupid shit that that people keep saying that is like what Too Short says or said, which is still really weird and strange to me, is that we wouldn't have to do this. We wouldn't have to come out and talk about things like this. Maybe it's like, oh boy, like oh, we got them trying to approve sending $40 billion to the Ukraine, and y'all want to sit up here and talk about dating relationships and that. No, nigga. Let black men talk about what we want to talk about. You know, first, and I believe that a lot of people will agree with me. We have to change the mindset. If we don't get past the mindset, then everything is for naught. And so, thank you, Too Short. Thank you for giving something else we got to deal with. Because if it wasn't for a lot of you rappers who we bumped in our car stereos, in our pull out cassette players, yeah, if we had to, if you hadn't set the stage, we wouldn't have a lot of this to talk about. And I'll just leave it at that. So let me check out some of these comments. Uh-huh. So let me see. Uh, Trey Houston, this can't be real. Oh, yes, it is. Jay Smith says simp enforcer. Indigenous TV said Kevin was smart enough to know black women are a failed experiment. I believe he did. And, it was like Black Uru said about a couple broadcasts before. He was really putting everything in front for us to see. Let me see if there's anybody that I missed. Black Uru, what's going on? Black Uru in the chat. Ivan Raid, H, Indigenous TV with another super chat said black women want to be sexualized. They don't want to be criticized. Now doesn't that sound like horse to you, Kev? It does to me. Yep. Yep. I believe it. And thank you once again for the super chat. I really appreciate the generosity that's being shown to me tonight. You know, you guys are the greatest. Judge Ray just said, just let me know when you post a link. Gemini 605 said, Ramil is down the meter. I mean, down the middle. Ooh. Uh, what's going on, Trail Bentley? Yeah. Is Ramil? I ain't gonna say too much about Ramil. I mean, if he shows up, one night maybe, then I'll say some stuff. But at the same time, I don't like to talk about people while they aren't here unless they say some really stupid shit. Black Uru Strike says, Too Short's been making music calling women bitches since the Reagan administration, and he want to criticize Kevin Samuels. Wow. Yeah, that's about the size of it. As a Trail Brinley said, freaky tales and cocktails. Yeah, let me put this back up. Yeah. Yes, Indigenous TV says Too Short has no self awareness whatsoever. Like I said, for those of you watching in the clouds, and if you're in the chat, go ahead and make sure you hit that like button. Jay Smith said, I'm 47, so my high school day parties was Short, Snoop, NWA, Two Live Crew, etc. Males and females were dancing to their music. Yeah, males and females. You didn't see females in the party talking about some, oh my God, why are they saying that stuff about the bitches? They didn't say that stuff. They were dancing and letting us grind on them and everything while this music was playing. Shoot. Like too short bus. I mean, say everyone traumatized about a slap. None of them are calling out what needs to be exposed. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Black Guru say I agree. This is some HNIC fuckery. Yep. And he said Jay Smith said in Texas it was all about rap a lot, Suave House, Cash Money, and No Limit. A lot of ratchet twerk shit. Kev, you should say he got it from the bitch to the bitches. Say it like Short. Indigenous TV. If Kevin Samuels would have lived longer, he would have went full SYSBM in his messaging. Yep. Yeah. That motherfucker died. That motherfucker died with a spicy Latina. Raw by faith. I believe you are being shadow banned. I'm subscribed to you and you aren't in my subscriptions. Shoot, go below the screen and see if it says subscribe. But I've said that before that maybe I was being shadow banned. I mean, look at the name of my channel. It's Black Men Being Brutally Honest. Who, who in their minds want to hear that? Seriously, a lot of people don't. They don't want to hear a black man that's brutally honest. Yeah. So let me see who else I got in these slides, and then I'm gonna drop the link. Let's see. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Speaking of rappers and speaking of women, is this video has been going around social media and especially Facebook because people uh people have been posting it nonstop. Sukiana, yeah, with her video, like rapping at a gas station, look like it's been shot with a cell phone. Got the hose twerking in the background. It got a pot bellied pookie in there with her. Uh, and then this TV said, "Goodness, what is that? That's Sukiana." I would have believed that Sukiana was going mainstream herself, but it looked like she'd been put out into pasture. like, LaShawn Jefferson, damn sloppy from top to bottom chick. Yep, kinda. Yeah, yeah. This is, and it really looked like that. Maybe somewhere in her lineage, that two people who were related, like maybe fucked each other. What up, RPM? You know, and as always, RPM, participated in group shenanigans today, such as myself. And yeah, one thing I believe that RPM is learning is that people, especially our people, would rather play dumb than to answer simple questions. And when I ask these questions on social media and in the group, it's not like I'm really trying to be mean. Is that I'm really actually trying to get some answers, and we get offended very easily. And I do believe that they're like ones displayed on this screen. I believe there are plenty of types that are in that Facebook group. Yeah, and it's like, oh, what up, Alan Lavelle? Yeah, and let me just say this about Sukiyama. Let me just say this about her. Yeah, yeah, Indigenous TV. Yeah, isn't she the chick throating and choking on Instagram Live? I personally thought that was OnlyFans, but yeah, man, it's like one of our YouTube associates, Tommy Sotomayor, says, DNA, dick and attention. That's what they looking for. I think she also let a tiger smash. You mean that she's into bestiality? Yuck. Yeah, I mean that that that's what I like to call full blown mental health issues right there. I believe she believes that being a social media hoe is her only shot. I mean, she is in no way ever going to reach Cardi B's or Megan Thee Stallion's level. So she has to resort to doing gas station cell phone videos. Well, yeah, let me see if I missed anybody in this comment section. Let me see if I missed anybody in this comment section. No, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. She did something with a tiger. Raw by Face said it is a bestiality if she's a beast herself. Yeah. But but at the end of the day, what's going on in this picture is something that is very sad. It really is, and it's not really a point that I ever want to see a B Dub get to, but that's their own decision. And the one thing that we try to emphasize here in this space is that it is their decision. It is. And that man said you can see Minister Jackson in the background. And Anthony Drosos, what's going on? If you mean the rapper Tyga, he does be messing with them toaster ovens. Shout out to Oni the Ghost. Yeah, Oni the Ghost, smaller content creator. But if he says the right things and makes the right moves, he will become bigger. You know, he's just kind of he's in a spot right now where I believe he's trying to figure out where he wants to be in the game. Uh, and LaShawn Jefferson said she B Dub woman is pissed. Sunky from you mean Snooky from Jersey Source took her spot. Man, Snooky was early 2000s though. I mean, you might have your time periods messed up, but that's it is what it is. Yeah, but like I said, what you're seeing on this screen is a sad display. It is a sad display. I do believe that she's still trying to become famous, but I don't know. I think she missed her shot, and she looks so hoodish in this. Like it's ridiculous. So let's move on to the next slide, and then I'm going to drop the link. I just I didn't put this there for any particular reason. Just the beauty of Photoshop. Oh shit! Let's see. Your long tone son said, Snooki from Jersey Shore cleaned up. Yeah, I think she's a family woman right now. She done put all that shit behind her. But let me drop this link. What up, American Negro? I just thought this picture was funny as fuck. That's all. Robot face said, all jokes aside, I let her top me. She's junk food out here, bad for your health, but a secret to indulge in. Yeah, you know, yeah, head, not brain. Shoot. Oh, but there you go. Judge Dre, what's going on? Your camera on, just in case you want to cam down. Oh, yeah.
All right.
What's going on, man?
What's going on, man? When I saw that picture, on Facebook earlier. I was sitting there rolling. I said, I sitting up here, I was sitting here talking to some people in the church, and I was telling them, I said this, these women out here, and y'all think that y'all ain't protected now, and they talk about this, they don't realize the more they keep opening their mouth and yapping, they just turning more and more men against them. I mean, to the point and the people in the churches, like TD Jakes and all them, you ain't getting niggas coming back to the church no time soon. I mean, literally, male participation in churches is damn near extinct. I mean, you're not gonna. I said, think about. You're not gonna get it. I mean, you got. I mean, before men come back to the churches, they'll be back in their kids' lives. And if men are all talking to the point well, fuck it. If the women got to make all the rules and got all the say so, then what? I might as well just pay the bill and walk away. You got more people doing that, let alone the people that ain't even having kids. That's why we damn near, we ain't even at replacement rates. I mean, maybe the one reason why most civilizations don't reach, as they say, class 1 or class 2 as a species is because shit like feminism happened. And motherfuckers say, you know what? Fuck it. Y'all gonna keep going with the rules like that. It ain't even worth to play the game. And then once people start playing the game, then society as a whole dies out. That could be a problem right there to why, no species ever reach class 2. Well, technically, we ain't even class 1. We like 0.8, if you're into that when it comes to what class, humans are. But I mean, as you see, we're not reproducing. The rates are going like this. Most of the men well, fuck it. If I can't have a say so, the best way to do is not play the game. And unfortunately, the men are really going to have to step the game up to where they're going to say, you know what? No, fine. That's how it works. We ain't had sex in 72 hours. I don't give a shit about you. They don't have to put it. I don't care. Paid or late. When you're dealing with a woman, say, hey, you only want a person making 8 figures or whatever. Well, fine. From now on, every day, moles on the street. Either I'm getting paid or laid, or I don't care. And then what's going to happen is you don't have a government big enough to protect all you motherfuckers. Because once niggas realize, wait a minute, niggas ain't coming to bat to simp for these women no more. Can you imagine when shit hits the fan? Say the shit goes down tomorrow and world as we know it comes to an end and laws and stuff go to, and you got to get resources. Which people are you going to rob first? I mean, you're going to pick easier targets, right?
Yeah, just like, just like
mass shooters. You pick easier targets. You ain't, and then the men going to say, well, what's the fucking point? What's the difference? I told people, I said, you might as well let the world go to shit. You know why? I said, what's the difference for men? Men, you already know that 9 times out of 10, if somebody say, you got to fight for 50 things just to survive. And somebody say, well, fine. You can say, let the world go to shit. And instead of fighting for 50, you got to fight for 55. But them people who were only fighting for 10 things, now they got to fight for 55 too. It lets you even the playing field. You understand what I'm saying? Now they're wasting just as much energy on their day-to-day life as you are. And that's how you level the playing field. And a lot of the women don't understand. I even hate to say, I was sitting there thinking about it today. By the time I look up like women like my daughter and stuff like that, I see how they act and they still say some of that dumb rhetoric where I'm like, hey, if I was a dude and I heard you say that, I'm just smashing. And as soon as I'm done with you, I would never give you the time of day. You set yourself up to be used. Because any smart man's going to know, that's how you feel? Okay, cool. The only reason I'm with you is because you really like me and you breaking all these dumbass rules. But I damn sure ain't going to marry you because you already got that in you. And that's the reason why they end up getting, bent over, laid to the side, and then thrown away wet. Then they wonder why.
Well,
men ain't stupid.
Well, here's one thing that I will disagree with you on, Dre.
Go ahead.
I do believe that there will always be simps.
Yeah, but not enough of them. That's the problem. It's not enough of them. This is the problem. More men are turning away than there are simps to pay for it. You ain't going. It's not enough of it. And then the bad thing is the simps going to eventually end up fighting each other to be simp for them. It's not enough simps, dude. Not enough. And then what's so bad is this. The problem is the simps, they'll be the ones that'll do something crazy and go ahead and act a fool when they realize, well, wait a minute. I done all this crap for a woman and this, that, and the other. And then they find half of these simps done broken their house. And then when your father come in and kick in the door, they find the simp upstairs done took his own self out, if you know what I mean. You understand? That's what's going to happen. The simps ain't enough. You can sit up here and say there's going to be simps on the internet and shit like that. It's not enough.
I'll tell you one thing about simps, though. They're not really... all the shit and all the preaching that they do, and all the like, y'all shouldn't be talking about these hoes and these single mothers. They're not really rushing to save any of them for real.
Right. Plain and simple. What you gonna rush in there? Rush in there to what? So you can go ahead. I mean, think about it. If she did that to a nigga she loved and wanted to do all that, imagine what she'll do to your motherfucking ass. I mean, you're just stupid. Like everybody knew that when Elon Musk came out with the shit, I told everybody, I said within like 6 months ago, I said they're going to be going after that dude for SA allegation. Boom. About a week ago, they hit him with one. And I said, if you didn't see that shit coming, that's the best way to side it. I mean, it's going to come to a point where jobs are just going to be like, you know what, fuck it. We don't care. We're going to have all male environments because after a while, they're going to have to stop firing these motherfuckers for these damn allegations. It's going to have to because then niggas going to be like, well, fine. I really don't give a shit. Then you see right now, you can't put butts in the chair as we speak today. Remember I told you, I couldn't put a butt in the chair for $20 an hour. All he had to do was push a broom. I mean, when niggas like, well, fuck it. What's the point? I don't need to work that hard. If the woman ain't go, the main goal most men want is to be with a woman. If you can't get a woman, then what do you need? I mean, a lot of men will say, well, fine, this is all I need. As long as I go to work to make this amount of money, I'm fine. Like I got a grown man that's my friend now. All I need is $100 a day. All I need is that. After I make my $100 a day, I go home. And I'm like, dude, it would be days we go out and make 4, 5. He like, I got my 100 for the day. I'm done. And I'm like, dude, you want to come on, man? It's a good day. We getting more money. No, dude, $100. That's all I need.
Yeah. Shout out to Indigenous TV saying Judge Dre coming through with the Doomsday Apocalyptic XBE.
Well, it's the truth. It's not the Doomsday Apocalyptic STEE. It's the motherfucking truth. And if you don't believe, I mean, that's one reason why people hated me. You might keep sure that it's the truth. It don't. I've been laying on this shit like this. I've been, since my child was 5, 6 years old. They can tell you. I told you, in the real world, nobody gives a fuck about your feelings. I've been telling them that since they was 5, and people thought I was a bad parent for saying that. But here's the question. How's society treating you now? Now think about fast forward 20 years. Now my children are 20 years old. Does anybody give a damn about your feelings?
No, not for real.
I mean, so think
You
about it.
know,
This you got prime placement. You knew at 5 years old. So if your ass can't navigate the world, you want to be mad at me because I told you the truth. I could have lied to you, but see, I already
make it sound
realized
fly
it's
to
better to
you.
lie and be loved. You know, I could have been lying to you like Derek Jackson or somebody like that, and what?
Well. Here's the thing, man. You know, my concerns with having a very young daughter who, by the way, she made it to the second grade, and
Oh.
she's been a straight A student the entire year. So
Mm.
dad is proud. Is that my concern is there might be an influence that might come through and derail that because it's like this. No matter what you tell your children as parents, they're going to
Mm.
gravitate toward the influence that they see most appealing.
All right, of
And
course,
you know,
of course.
I'm not really a SBE guy per se, or so to speak. But
Uh-huh.
when I do see stupid shit, I am gonna let her know, hey, that's stupid. You don't want to be like that. You don't want
Mm-hmm.
to be that stupid right there. You know.
Like, well, I mean, think about it. I mean, if they don't realize that, hey, they realize they thought, the machine that ran off of people spending money and all like that. Now they're seeing, okay, well, wait a minute. They thought keeping the people separate would be good because we can make more money. But now, after people have drifted so far apart, that now you say, well, wait a minute. Now one group that kept the infrastructure going is now actually saying, well, fuck it. We don't want to work as hard. And what are they saying? Well, I don't really care. I mean, my life is already difficult. What I mean, it's like telling a person that they got $10 that now you got to survive off of $9 a day. Most of them people, well, nigga, I've been surviving off of 10. I mean, what's a little bit harder? But if you tell that a person who's surviving off $150 a day that now they going down to 15, you done leveled the playing field more than anything. Because that person that was making surviving off that 150 a day, now they're surviving off 15. That's a bigger percentage and a bigger hit than that person making 10 and going to 9. And that's the problem. They realize that 10 and 9, okay, well, fine. It's just one more thing. Just one more thing to add to the thing. But sometimes people say, well, fuck, I'm good. I've been struggling like this. I can sit back and I can be entertained off of your struggle. I can sit there and laugh that, what, nigga, we've been surviving on $10 a day. You mad because you got 15? You know? And that's what the world's coming to. I mean, and they don't see that. I mean, just like I sit here and laugh with this war in Ukraine. You sitting up here going, what do you go? I mean, that's like America when they tell your ass on the damn plane. When the plane go down and oxygen mask drop off, put your mask on first before you put somebody else's on. But America's always trying to put everybody else's oxygen mask on first. And then you don't realize your country is fucked up. Your young people is fucked up. Where the hell you, if you do end up going to work, where the fuck you gonna get these motherfuckers from? This younger generation ain't got no fucking work ethic when it comes to anybody from compared to Russia or China. I mean, China already, I told y'all, I said months ago, China gonna take Taiwan. They was talking about it, 3 weeks ago. China was practicing invasion in cities. Now, why the fuck they doing that? Duh, because they gonna get Taiwan next. Because they know you'd be stupid not to. If you're China, you were stupid not to, because you say, what? The United States already fucked up with, trying to help Ukraine. They can't afford to fight China too. You can't be, they spread out so thin. That's exactly what you want. I sit here and laugh. They were talking about, oh, Russia's over there stealing the grain. Well, what the fuck you expect in a war? I mean, it's kind of our fault. Everybody want to sit up here and think, but we know. We trying to get NATO right there on their border. That's the same thing as a Cuban Missile Crisis. Same damn thing. Now, if you want to call a spade, got to call a spade a spade. That's us being dirt. We got to stop doing that shit. We got bridges and infrastructure falling down here. What? Hey, China take over Taiwan. Look, motherfucker, we buy the chips from China.
Man, look here, man. Look here. We got the kind of government that just want to do for everybody else and not do for us.
Well,
You
but
know,
think this the problem is. But this the problem. The government, right, going to do for everybody else, but not do for us. But think about it. The young people ain't growing up. I mean, growing up saying they want to go to the military all like that. Where they gonna get these motherfuckers to fight from? Let alone you got a population places going down. You don't need to go to war. You don't need to kill off more people. You ain't even at replacement rates here in the States. Let alone
well, you know,
you
you want to,
don't wait. Let alone you don't raise a
bro.
generation of kids that don't know how to struggle and don't. I mean, think about it. You want to hurt these feelings? People turn off Facebook. Half of these kids ain't gonna be able to do shit. I mean, that's how weak our younger generation is.
Well,
Turn
shit, they got to
Facebook
go back
off, big dog.
outside. They got to go back outside.
Right.
You
But
know.
I mean, half of them wouldn't survive that. And you trying to fight a country where men people were sitting up
Man,
there
let me tell you
fighting to
something.
get a glass of water?
Yeah, let me yeah, let me tell you something, man. Kid, like they got kids trying to work on like coddling their feelings and shit.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, they
rather
them
than
motherfuckers right. Them motherfuckers fought for a glass of water to drink today. And you gonna tell me that your children who fought for a glass of water to drink today is gonna give that we gonna beat them and our children can't even survive without the internet for 2 hours?
man,
Come
look, man,
on,
they
man.
be like you got soldiers on TikTok crying about the
Right,
possibility of war.
right. Right, I'm like, what? Well, them people like, nigga, with possibility of war, I don't give a fuck if I die next week. I'm worried about today.
The man say worry about getting to the next minute.
Right. I mean, that's
But
what I said. That you got, just give an example. It's a perfect example. I do the gig work on the side. I hate to say we call it NRE. I call them, we came up with a term where we use that where we talk about people when they're in front of them and they're real, but we call it nigger run establishments. When you go to an NRE, we say, this is a big difference. You'll go to an NRE, you'll get poor service, and if you complain about the service, they get an attitude with you. Where you'll go to a Chinese restaurant, maybe get 15 pounds worth of food brought out to you on time, ready, and how you doing, sir? You have a nice day. Then you wonder why niggas can't run no damn business. It's the reason why. And then you see their kids, 9 and 10 years old, running a damn store. Running the store, taking money, taking orders, doing this, handing out, reading this, and doing their fucking homework at the same time. And you wonder, and then you sit up here and say, and then you wonder why society's going to hell. And I mean, these kids sometimes be in the hood doing that. And I say, and you want to compete with motherfuckers first year coming over here? Imagine, these are the first motherfuckers that just came over here. Imagine, these are ones that just made it here. Imagine the motherfuckers back in their home country. Imagine what them kids can do and what they have to do. I mean, compared to life over here, working in a store and helping mom and dad out while doing my homework is a cakewalk compared to what they had to do at home. And you want to fight a nation that got kids on that level? Come on. I wouldn't. I'm not stupid.
Okay. Look, I got another super chat coming in. Like, Indigenous TV said, "The hell Dre talking about?" Laugh emoji. But take that with a grain of salt, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wanted to respond to this comment right here. It said, "Have you seen Michi X live stream blaming black men for what happened at the Jacksonville gas station?"
What happened at Jacksonville gas station?
A white man started putting hands on a black woman.
Oh.
Now, what? Yeah, he started punching her in the face and shit. She was fighting back. But one thing I do notice in the video was that there was a black dude that walked up to him and
Smart. What did he do? Nothing?
yeah, he did nothing. So
smart man.
but here's the thing though. Here's the thing. Every time that there is a black man in the area and he's doing anything but trying to kill the white man, they're gonna blame us for that shit anyway.
Well, right. What's the point? Here's a question. This is the problem where they don't realize something is. The black man can't help you women when y'all do stupid shit in public. I'm just gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna let you know this is for the women out here. We cannot help your ass when you do stupid shit in public. You know why? Say we come out and say white man's acting a fool. We come out, we beat the white man's ass for acting a fool. 9 times out of 10, as a normal black man, you're still going to jail for assault. Doesn't matter that you were protecting somebody else because the cops gonna come and put everybody fucking in jail. Now, what's that mean? Now you done went to jail. You done probably lost your job, or you done maybe got hurt in the tussle for a broad you don't know, who probably sitting up there spreading feminism to all her other friends and all like that. And what? Now your family or your child is sitting up here talking about we low on money because half of y'all we living paycheck to paycheck, because I know I am too. And now what? Now you done lost 2 weeks of work. Now you done gone to court to fight some bullshit ass charges. Now you done maybe potentially lost your job. And now what? Child support leaving up. Now you lose. Now you're going to jail for that.
So what
I
you're
mean, do
trying
you really think?
so what you're trying to say is it would be worth helping her?
Hell no. I'm not helping. If I don't know your ass and I'm not helping nobody. And I recommend that all black men do the same. And for people to say, "Oh my gosh, that's so harsh for Judge. That's so harsh." Well, here's the question: the motherfuckers ain't worried about helping you. I mean, do you hear? I mean, think about it. You go to show George Floyd. That man kneeled in that man's neck for damn near 10 minutes. Okay, here's the question: all them people there, you gonna tell me that nobody pulled out a gun and started shooting? You could have started shooting in the air around the corner and just made the cops duck. Nobody did that. I mean,
Man,
literally. Wait. I'm just saying is this: as a black man, you should sit there and think, not one person should sit up there and did that. Not one person did that. And after everything, what? What? Nothing. No police reform, stuff like that. If anything, what? You are not valuable. So if you ain't valuable and you ain't considered, your opinion ain't, and your way of life is not considered, why play the game? Just, hey, I worry about myself just like the women worry about themselves. You worry about yourself, I worry about myself. Don't ask me for help. I ain't asking you for none. Unfortunately, it's come to that. And more men may not want to come out and say it because it sounds harsh, but it's like, and even I even said a thing when it comes to women. Remember, I had women's friends. As you notice, I used to say, had a lot of female friends. I done kicked them to the curb. I don't hold no conversations to sit with them no more because what value do I have? What value do you have? If anything is, I'm more valuable to you than you are to me. And like, only thing I can maybe do is borrow some money from y'all. And most women ain't coughing up no ends anyway. I mean, like I said, most men need to come up with a plan. Hey, either we fucking or I see you tomorrow. That's just what it's gonna be. Well, and I hate it sounds harsh, but it's like you already see. All she got to do is be like, he made me feel some type of way, and then everything you got in your home way of life is gone. So when you playing, it's like playing with dynamite. Why you gonna play with it? You ain't gonna keep juggling in there and you standing in a pool of fire. Just asking to drop a stick. I mean, what? You standing in fire, you standing in fire and you want to sit here and juggle dynamite. For real? If anything, don't play the game. And unfortunately, the women can't, the men can't say, oh, Dre, you can't go and say, go, we're going to listen to Dre and go Dre's way. Oh, we shouldn't do that. Because I hate to say, the women's actions are pushing more and more men to that place to where they say, well, hey, I really don't care. I don't get involved. I sit back and go, literally, they can't say anything. How are you going to bring them back to the table? You're not. Most of the men, it's like too little, too late. I mean, it's sad that it's going. Maybe that might be the reason why extinctions of, species gone down when they've got intelligent like us. Because when we get to this point, it's like, oh, we want. Think about it. They're fighting. Every damn thing is always a fight. After a while, when motherfuckers say, you know what? I'm tired of fighting. I'm tired. Hey, fine. Do whatever you want. You going over there. I'm going to stay over here. And that's exactly what happened, say, in Mouse Utopia. Mouse man was just like, you know what? Fuck it, dude. What's the point?
Yeah.
And I mean, it's coming in that way, and it sounds harsh, but it's the truth.
All right. First off, learn how to take a breath sometime. You know, number two, there are people in the chat that are very much in agreement with.
I can't see the chat.
Yeah, no, I can. You know, I'll
Okay.
put some of the comments up. You know,
Mhm.
as well. Let's see. Let's see. They got DJ B side. 1965. That brother was like equal rights and equal lefts.
Mhm.
Uh, my dad is a war criminal. Says 100. I thought we are the weakest link.
Yeah.
Long tongue son says damned if you don't, more damned if you do. Don't get involved.
Hmm.
Uh,
I mean,
KTL 211. I appreciate the comment you left on the video, by the way, saying that, you know, telling me that this is a very good channel and this channel is going to blow up soon. I really appreciate their encouragement that you gave me there. He says people blame black men for ghetto gaggers too. LMAO. Why black men let white men do those women like that?
I mean, plain and simple. We society is already known, and we know as black men. Plain and simple. We have never been the type of men that treated our women like trash, like white women, like our brethren have done on the other side. We've
Yeah.
never. That's never been our. Black women have always been that type. But then it's like, well, hey, plain and simple. Hey, man, why the hell am I gonna keep trying to live up to an impossible expectation for you to be able to take it all away with a lie? What's the point? Why participate? Once you people stop participating, you stop protecting, you stop. I mean, it ain't gonna be enough simps. The simps gonna eliminate each other, trying to be the biggest simp for them.
Well, you
Like
know what though? But with the simps, like they're not really they're just relegated to virtue signaling online.
right, but I mean, right, it ain't like
Like
wait,
it ain't like they're really doing shit anyway.
right. Well, all right, they ain't doing shit, and then plain and simple is what. And the simps, oh, I hate to say, they don't realize the simps right there, delegating and showing the emotional no response that they act towards men. Those are the ones where you go ahead and say, yeah, you're right. You want them to, because they are too emotional. They get too into response. So as soon as them women go ahead and play the hell out of them, those would be the ones that actually turn around and hurt them. Where most of the smart men say, you know what, fuck, I had to walk away. You know, like plain and simple. I tell my daughter, oh, Dad, why'd you walk away? I walked away because I didn't want to hurt your family member on that side. So it was either put up with the shit or do something
Well,
stupid and
well,
go 20 years.
well.
I chose to
Look,
walk
man.
away.
Now, look. With my daughter, ain't nobody gonna lay a hand on her.
No, but I'm talking
The
about not
the
wear a
the,
hand
the,
on her. I'm
the
saying this.
motherfuckers
Look,
gonna end up pretzels. You know, fucking with me.
listen. What I'm trying to say is this: is I walked away from your mother. What I'm trying to write, and that's what it meant. Hey, I walked away from your mother, so I wouldn't have to put hands on her because that's like she just constantly kept looking for a fight. And if a person keep looking for a fight, and your dumb ass stand around there to keep giving it to them, giving them an opportunity, then you a dummy.
Well,
After the first
the one
time, you
thing.
should have just turned around, turned your back, and walked away.
Well, you're right about that. I would say that the one thing when any signs of trouble, the first thing that you need to learn how to do is to exit the situation.
Right, exit the. And if you got, I mean, some people don't. I would never turn my back on my daughter. Well, what's the point? I mean, it's a lose-lose situation. I turn my back because it's either, hey, I go to jail, or they get hurt, and now both parents fucked up. So what? You take the one. I mean, that's what it is. And then what
Yeah.
I do, I tell the other man, hey, don't get into a situation that I've been in. Don't go down this way. If you see this going to be like that way, you don't have no say in a child's life. Don't participate. Don't make no children. Unfortunately, that might be the end of the species. But hey, until the laws and everything change, you can't play the game at all. Don't play at all. That's my advocate. You can't play the game, period.
All right. Let me get some shout outs. I see Toya is in the building. What's going on? Good to see you as always. the Bunker TV. What's going on? Connie Chung Black. I don't know if I gave you a shout out earlier, but yeah. Yeah, what's going on? Thanks for all of you coming through once again. And if you haven't already, hit that like button. Like so for free, and it's for the algorithm once again. So yeah, the topic for tonight is a special kind of stupid. you know.
It's got to be a special kind of stupid. It's like you say, you continue the route you're going, especially this, like the Too Short's dumbass. When I saw that article when he had posted it. I said, I know this nigga. Didn't he say? I mean, didn't he have a song like "A Bitch Is a Bitch" or some shit? I mean, this is the main person. Every damn thing this dude was derogatory against women.
Yeah.
I said it. I said this, but the beauty of the thing is this. The beauty about the fact of this is that he's smart enough to know his audience. And the beautiful thing about women is a lot of times they're so stupid after 20 minutes, they done forgot. You know, they like 10-second Bob. They done forgot what you did 10 minutes ago. You don't remember that this is the nigga that was sitting here. I mean, I remember people quoting his song lyrics talking about bras back when we was younger.
Man.
I remember that. I mean, like, quoting this nigga's lyrics, talking about this. I mean, wasn't that the way? That was back when we had pagers and shit. I remember quotes on the pagers.
Man, before we had pagers.
They heard you. But I mean, I remember that they was quoting this nigga's lyrics. And now you gonna talk about that a motherfucker told a person, no, what he said was derogatory against women. Kevin Samuels wasn't out there calling bitches.
I mean, this was the dude that would get on his broadcast and say what the French toast just to keep from cursing.
Right.
And I mean, like sometimes, like sometimes them females calling in would get so stupid to the point where he would curse, but he had to catch himself, so he keep that monetization up.
Right. This show that I mean, like I told everybody, I said, y'all realize y'all really done fucked up because, you know, they were coming and saying Kevin Samuels was a one of a kind. Wrong. I tell everybody, nope, wrong. Everybody's wrong on that. Kevin Samuels was created because of how men were treated in this space and stuff like that. There are thousands of Kevin Samuels in the making, either listening to these programs, listening to somebody else's program over there. You think about it. Kevin Samuels was just nice and had good tact. He was very tactful with it.
Kevin Samuels had superior tact, and he had the look.
They're people.
He had the setup. Yeah, he had the feng shui,
right?
As people would say. I mean, shit. I'm like, pretty soon I'm gonna try to get my shit right so I can start camming up and have this little good setup going.
But if the fact is that they had it, the women gonna realize, oh, that's how you treat him. So other motherfuckers gonna say, well, fuck it. This nigga was trying to get y'all motherfuckers together. Well, fine. I'm gonna be out here and I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna tell the niggas not to fuck with you no matter what. I mean, like plain and simple, it's gonna be, hey, you know, think about it. Y'all say that y'all making and y'all in the higher fields anyway. And no, bro, want anything with you when you go out to dinner? No, she pay for that. Why is that? Because you the one that's taking the risk. If she be like, oh, me too. He made me feel some type of way. So at least that you at least getting all your stuff paid for while you was with her. I mean, you got to put something on. If you can go to jail and lose your freedom and everything like that just for an accusation, you better at least be getting free meals and free sex out of it. And somebody buying you a car and all that other stuff. I mean, eventually, the only way these women going to get men is the roles going to be reversed. They going to be buying them. Mm-hmm. The top men at the top gonna get him, and then all the other ones gonna be getting paid for. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I got to remember, like I told you about a dude. Matter of fact, maybe one day I'll bring him online that I put on. Dude sitting up here, got 4 women, all of them make about $100,000 a year. This nigga don't got no house, just got out of jail, and got 4 women doing all this crap for him, and all these women got good jobs. And I sit here and laugh. I'm like, and I've met the women, and they know about each other. He talked to other women in front of them, and I'm like, just like, dude, And you're like, oh man, I want to put a baby in her. I want to put a baby in her. I want to put it.
Man,
Nigga, you got
but she
5 kids
thick.
already.
But
You got
she
5 kids
thick.
and no job.
But she thick.
No. Him. It's him. Oh man, God said you gotta read. Nigga, you got 5 kids and no job. I make more money than you.
Hold on, man. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Let me respond to this real quick. BBH. No one needs to see your knuckle dragging behind the on camera. You're not Kevin. I know I'm getting blocked now. No, you're not. Try harder. No, try harder, dude.
Right.
It's like, then he goes on to say, what fragrance are you gonna wear? No, I mean, look, if I do cam up, it ain't gonna be exactly like Kevin Samuels. I mean, Kevin Samuels had his style. I mean, the style I have in mind, but there's certain steps that I have to take in order to get that done. But at the same time, I mean, shit, it's gonna be mine authentically and completely. And you can't really smell anybody through a computer screen anyway. So, hey, but Market TV got jokes. So, hey,
tell him that.
I appreciate that, man. For real.
He said, "Look, man, we don't want no Cracker Barrel cooks working that out."
Yeah, yeah, we're good. Hey, let me see. KTL 211 said, "What the hell did people expect Kevin to say when women were coming on there looking for an argument?"
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, unfortunately, the reason why it's technically, I'm gonna just let you know, it's technically our fault as men, and because the fact is, there's a lot of us have just been too scared to call a spade, and plain and simple, the bras want to come out and talk all this mess, saying that, somebody make an accusation against you, then fuck it. You already know, hey man, so and so said that you did something inappropriate. Well, then fine. You get on the internet, tell your side of the story, and say the person's name. Fuck them. And people say, "Oh man, that's wrong." You can get I'm plain and simple. Hey, you want to throw my name out there? I'm throwing yours out there. And people say, "Well, you can go to jail for that." And if everybody start going to jail for it, then what? I mean, plain and simple. You tell me right now, as a law-abiding citizen, I said I don't steal no more. But if you said, Dre, you can rob a bank, and the most time you will get is 30 days. You will never catch my ass working on a house again. I mean, and that's basically, women have known, hey, I can tell a lie. I can get sympathy. I can get empathy from other people. I can maybe get people to send me money, victim of crime or whatever type shit. It's profitable for me to do that. And what's going to happen? It ain't like another person ain't going to mess with me. I mean, I still got something between my legs. There's always going to be somebody that come up in there. I mean, what am I going to lose? You say, hey, you can do this, and the consequences are a slap on the wrist. I mean, what? The reason when I was doing my shit, I knew the first time you got caught, it was a slap on the wrist. Why do you think I was doing it? Because that was a perfect crime. I knew long as I didn't get caught twice, I was fine. I never got caught once because I knew getting caught once, you just couldn't do it again. But as long as I didn't get caught twice, I was fine. Maybe even 3 times. But you tell a person, come on now. I go back to crime, a life of crime already. I mean, for a person to come out and admit the shit, I'm just calling a spade a spade. You see, I got skills. I can work on house, do a lot of other damn things. But you tell me that, wait a minute, I can go back to that type of easy type of money or like that, and I don't have to worry about the consequences are minute? Come on, dude. I mean, imagine getting $300-400 a day, which is equivalent to $700-800 a day now, sitting on your ass and didn't do shit. 5 minutes worth of work. You do 5 minutes worth of work now. It may be somewhat illegal, and you make almost a G, as you say today. And then hey, the first time I get caught, it's only going to be a slap on the wrist. How many people going to take that job? Especially right now. Look at gas prices going through the roof.
Yeah, they keep going up. And I thought, and I thought that Biden was reaching into the oil reserves, to make gas prices lower, and they got a few cents lower.
Yeah,
for a little while, but then it started to go back up.
Well, this is what happened. when they did that, people said, okay, fine. Other countries said, we're not. Who gonna be stupid? Like I sit here and laugh. Oh yeah, we put the sanctions. Only people you hurting is the regular people like us. And then they figure, hey, that's pretty good for us because why? If they drive you poor people and middle class people like me and you into debt, like right now, I know I'm spending about $400 extra a month. Let alone, thank God, I know I don't have a child in the house and all that. I can only imagine supporting my son through this shit. I'd really be $400 extra a month on that. All this extra money on food. I mean, literally, you out about an average person is out almost a stack a month. Your wages ain't went up that much, but you out a stack a month, all because what? Some other person went there. I mean, what? Technically, it's our fault because we should have told NATO, no, motherfuckers, y'all better stay neutral. We ain't trying to get you can't get over here in NATO. You can't get over here with NATO. We already knew. That's the same shit that with the Cuban Missile Crisis. It's the Cuban Missile Crisis 2021. That's exactly what it is. So we already know. We didn't want them having missiles in Cuba. It's the same as them putting NATO right there. We have rockets right across their border. Come on now, dude. You already know what you forced this man's hand. And then what are you going to do? Look like a bitch in front of his people? You already know he was going to do something. I mean, sometimes you got to stop. Sometimes you got to sit there and not get involved.
I just popped in for...
Go ahead.
I just popped in because the conversation was interesting to me. My first statement, I want to be known to everybody that Donnie said, "Bitch, that's my favorite word."
Yep.
You ain't shit. You ain't shit, Donnie.
Yeah, you ain't shit
So
watching.
I just caught this. So what is Too Short talking about? So he was disrespectful, or
Yeah.
it sounded
Kevin Samuels was disrespectful.
Bitch, that's my favorite word.
Yeah.
I met this young bitch named Stephanie. Can do anything she wanted to have sex with me. Oh no, nigga. Come on, not cocktails. Come on.
Yeah, Freaky Tales himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but what's going on, Donnie? The long live the habitual line steppers. Yeah.
Long live.
Too short. Yeah, Too Short of all people said that about the late great Kevin Samuels.
Oh yeah. Well,
yeah.
He could. I guess he got mad for talking about his favorite words.
Yeah, and what and what I say about these rappers, the older rappers, they set the stage for people like Kevin Samuels to actually prosper.
Mm-hmm.
Based on the attitudes and the behaviors that we see today, and now they want to complain. Like, get the fuck all the way up out of here.
Right. Sometimes you sit up here and be like, so wait a minute, what?
like you nigga, you.
Well, think about it. I love the one that they posted with him and Derek Jackson talking about. One told you should do this to be better. The other one lied to you, so you bought 3 copies of his books and all that other shit. But I mean, like when his scandal came out, look how he was treating women, and these women still eating up his shit.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like literally, I was looking. He got all his damn subscribers back that he lost it. They go to show that women got a 5-second memory. Like I said, same thing with Too Short. Wait a minute, nigga. What's your favorite word? I mean, literally, what if anything is you did more damage? More people heard your song, that song, even if you said just that one song right there, than people even heard of Kevin Samuels. I mean, am I right? Who you think had a bigger audience, Kevin Samuels or Too Short?
At this point, probably Kevin Samuels.
Wrong.
I mean,
more people heard Too Short than Kevin.
Samuels. Yeah. I know more people heard in the long run, but like in the present day.
In present day, yeah, but like I said, we got 10-second Bob going on here, man. Dude, these motherfuckers forgot because it was more than 10 seconds ago. Like, just give an example. I'll give you a perfect example. A broad busted my car window out. I'm going to get my shit fixed tomorrow. Do you not realize 3 days later this motherfucker actually called and asked me for a favor? I'm like, didn't you just throw a rock at my car? I'm like, y'all motherfucker, do you think that a motherfucker gonna deal with you after that shit? And I'm like, y'all motherfucker, to think that these women are just that fucking delusional. My dude was just like, yeah. He said he even made a comment. He's like, I wouldn't be surprised if they called by the end of the week. I'm like, yeah, they did. He's like, God damn. But women have just got, well, you know what? It's just okay. I can do stuff like that. I mean, it's like, do you just remember what you just did? They got like no memory or recollection. I don't know what the hell is wrong with these black women.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a lot of what we talk about here.
I mean, think about it. Too Short inspired. No offense. Too Short and all them songs like that was more the manosphere and shit like that before there was ever a manosphere.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
So if you want to sit up here and say, come on now, they the fucking catalyst.
Yeah,
Don't want to sit up here and get mad because the Amazon forest done burned down when Too Short was probably one of the people there standing there with a can full of gas and a handful of matches. But now you mad about the last tree that got burned down yesterday? Nigga, didn't you start the fire 10 years ago?
Yeah, man, but it's like I said, are the rappers, are they starting to feel guilty about the environments that they created?
Right. Well, I mean, think about it. Master P's already simped off. You see, Snoop Dogg did too.
Oh yeah,
with the shit with Gayle King and all that shit, nigga. You talking about you was California for life? That motherfucker was sit up here was talking about. I think about it. Brother man's body's still on fire, and she already dogging him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like to sit up here and for you not to be canceled is that. But I hate to say it's men's fault. It's men's fault because men are just gonna have to say, you know what, fuck it. If we can't even get no respect, no type of way, we're not gonna play the game, and we're gonna show you what it's like to be unprotected. We're just gonna turn our back. Period. Nothing. I don't care. You stopped on the side of the road. I keep going. Tell one of them other broads to stop and help you. Gail will come help you. Oprah will come help you. You know. Keep going. You see them on the side of why? I mean, think about it. You can stop and help a broad on the side of the road. 2 days later, hit the lottery, and then just because you stopped and hit the side, yeah, man, and now she tried to sue you. I mean, like literally, you need to go in into like this. Okay, hell no. You need to go in dealing with any woman, especially now with the laws. It's not that the women. No, you got to conduct yourself for the environment. I mean, you know, even when the bomb squad people practicing in the damn, they already know, okay, this is explosive. We got to handle it this way. You handle them all like explosives. But I would never blow up on you. I don't care. You're still dynamite. You know?
Yeah.
Hey,
listen up. Hey, but listen up though. Listen up though. This whole Sukiana thing, they're saying the dude in the video was underage.
Well, it doesn't matter because it's a good boy. I mean, think about it. Look at what how them teachers. You know, it was a teacher just the other day cut a little boy's hair off.
Oh man.
And what's so bad? Well, now what's so bad is think about this. Her name is Susan. What is her last name? Susan. It was reported on. She cut the little boy's hair, and he had never had his hair cut in his life. Now you would think that would have been a black little girl. Woo wee. They didn't even want to release the name. I mean, but people came out and released the name. Now, plain and simple is, if you're so worried about it, then here's the question: go to show that nothing they don't care about when it comes to us males. Why is this woman still walking around? She ain't caught a fade. I mean, Amber Geiger went in there and killed the dude in his own house, sitting there eating a bowl of ice cream. You so worried about black men? That man didn't do nothing. You gonna tell me?
Not at all.
You know, all them people she in jail with. You ain't heard about her being touched?
Hey, let me respond to this. What Jamil Sword said. By the way, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. He said, "Damn, the old adage of the old man getting soft after being aggressive young, just like these dudes who have a daughter and become a male feminist." Uh, the guys with daughters, I do believe I'm one of the exceptions.
Right. I got a daughter, and I already told you. I said you'd be a fool if you were dating mine. Nah, and I didn't even say it like that. With her attitude like that, with some of the stuff she said, and her cousin said you'd be a fool if you dating mine. Because I hate to say she's picked up some of that rhetoric.
Oh, God, Jesus.
And I said, like I said, I call a spade a spade. I don't give a damn if you my kid or not. It's just a spade a spade.
Yeah.
I don't uphold nobody in the wrong, and I don't care who you are.
We got Davi of Bardonado says, many of these dudes or boys rather live underneath their mama. I don't know how to take that. If you care to explain further. Oh, he said, don't forget David Banner. I guess he's talking.
Yeah.
I think he's talking about simp rappers.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Guys like Bun B.
Mm-hmm. I mean, plain and simple is we've gotten, that's the problem of you've letting a group of people say they can do what the fuck they want. Okay, fine, you can do what you want. Okay, now it's like, oh well, wait a minute. Okay, now fine, you can do what you want, and you don't have to worry about no consequences. Now, okay, well, fine. Now you can do what you want. You don't have to worry about your consequences. No consequences, and we'll still, cater to you for whatever else. After a while, you say, well, look, motherfuckers just say, you know what? It ain't no point in dealing with you. And that's what most men are doing. I mean, eventually, they ain't gonna be, like I said, ain't enough simps to fill in the space there. I mean, it sounds good on the internet when these people say that. But here's a question. How many times have you ever posted some shit like that and it's really done got you some head, some trim? You know what I mean? It don't. I mean, I ain't even gonna lie. A lot of times is, if you're good enough, you go ahead and say, okay, cool. That's the type of person she is. And I think the reason a lot of these simps out here, you see, they ain't fighting for them. They'll go ahead and talk that shit on the internet because it all sounds good. And after they smash and hit the skids a couple times, they get them to the curb. Because they realize, hey, I just used that to get into the door. I got the draws. After I'm done with her, bye. Because she ain't worth keeping.
All right. Indigenous TV says, long live Bronny James.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, think about it. They worried about, they even tried to get on that boy about who he's smashing. I mean, do you realize that the boy goes to a charter school in the upper echelon of California? How many black women do you think gonna be there?
I mean, man, look.
I'm just asking.
People gonna find a reason to be mad whether we like it or not. They always gonna have something to say.
But
Bunker TV. But check out
in that school. I mean, just think about that. How many black women?
Shoot, maybe none. But maybe very few. Max. But very few. Maybe a couple. But look. Let me read this comment the Bunker TV said. He said, "My 12-year-old daughter told me I'm a male chauvinist for telling her to do the dishes."
Right.
Man, that sounds like some. That sounds like some. Sound like she gonna be one of the keynote speakers for Black Lives Matter. She doing that. Right. I mean, look. Remember that time that they wrote that article about Alicia Garza? She was one of the founders of Black Lives Matter, the one that married the I guess the Leslie Transformer white chick. She was telling that story about how her father held it down, but her father used to make her make coffee, and she hated every second of making the coffee and all this other crap. I was like, he could have made you cut the grass.
Right. I mean, like I sit there and laugh about the whole thing when it comes to like this. Yes, like here's a good question. As a man, as a good father, like here's the question: Would you want your daughter to grow up to be Nicki Minaj?
Man, look.
I mean, like literally.
Man,
look,
come on. Let me bring up something that I talked about like a week ago. there was this Facebook post. Remember that article came out about Black China and Amber Rose talking about hoes be winning or hoes are winning or something like that.
Right.
I made a comment under that Facebook post, and this was in a Facebook group called Black Studies and Critical Thinking. I made the comment under that very post said I would not want my daughter to grow up to be like Amber Rose or Black China. I want her to believe that her value is not just in her body parts, but what she can offer to the world. And I got jumped by like 8 feminists.
Well, it's the funny thing about it is this, and this is what I've tried to tell. Like I even told my daughter, I said, "This is the thing." I said, "I'm gonna just tell you how the men work. And I said, "If you want to learn something, this is how men work. We fuck hoes. We don't marry them." I said, "Just give an example. If you don't believe me, and I know it sounds funny, every time a man marries a hoe, we talk about him in the group to other men."
Mm-hmm.
I said, you might be a famous hoe, a high price hoe, but no man who's got anything going for him is going to marry you. He might have sex with you, and we will. I mean, you got to realize that something is, men, we have an urge. We're going to satisfy the urge. Sometimes it's stronger than times than others. There's plenty of people we done laid down with where I wouldn't even, say. Like it was an associate of mine, I got to do the job. And then they was like, well, how'd you meet him? And I really want to go down, I banged his cousin. That's how I met. I only messed with her that one night. She ain't nobody. What's so bad is she ain't nobody that I would ever tell, because y'all would definitely talk about me. But the reason why I do got the job is because I banged her that one night. And I remember, like, somebody said, well, so wait a minute. You know how you knew him? Yeah, my cousin grown. So what? I mean, like, I mean, literally. You know what? It happened. We hooked up one night after work, did the deed, and what's so bad we never even messed around even after that. And it's just, we know that. And that's men, that's acceptable. And I've tried to tell women, that's acceptable. And just because we'll have sex with you, don't mean we'll claim you. And I like a lot of women have used I felt some type of way after everything went down because they didn't realize that a guy would have sex with them, but they don't want to claim you or don't. Just like P. Diddy, he ain't messing with two broads and ain't claiming neither one of them, and they fighting each other. I told him, y'all both look stupid as all get out. He ain't claiming neither one of you. So what? If anything is, you should shut up. Because all the men look at it as, to other men, this is how he looks at other men. Oh, okay. So if I'm messing with this broad right here, she loud. She like to be in a public spotlight. She like to bring drama and thing. Okay, cool. I'm not messing with her. Because like I got too much to lose. I can't have nobody rocking the boat with what I'm trying to do. And I've tried to explain that to girls. It's not that but we just look at it differently. Some men who ain't got nothing to lose, they'll go ahead and play with that. But any man that, hey, man, I got a reputation to uphold or something like that, or it can be frowned upon by my colleagues, loudmouth people like that, they're not going to be messed with. And then a lot of times, you got to even be careful now. A lot of men are smart. You got to be careful. The person you might have banged may not be a loudmouth, but if they hang with loudmouth friends. Like, think about it, though. The reason why Elon Musk is going through the shit now ain't because the woman opened her mouth. It's because the woman's friend opened her mouth. I mean, so think about it. You didn't even smash this broad. And you going through problems. For real? Think about it. Look what happened to Clinton. It wasn't that Monica opened her mouth. It was Monica's friend that told to be a business in the beginning.
Yeah.
Now think about that shit. I didn't even smash this broad.
Yeah. Well, let me read this comment by Raw by Faith. He said, "You are a fool if you believe that you have enough power to not have your daughter turn into anything. Same for sons. But
Right.
women are especially gone once she's born."
Definitely. Well, the society tells the women pretty much what they can do as that. Because I've noticed from having boys, and girls. Society tells the men, the men kind of learn real quick, and you get a reality check. The only thing that I see that I feel sorry for the men is a lot of men will say, "Hey, man, grow up, be good, be cordial, be this, that, and the other, and everything will be all right." Now you realize that you do all those things and you do everything you was told and taught as that, and you just have a Russian roulette shot with 3 bullets in the chamber of having okay. And and a lot of time once people realize that the world really don't work that way, it's very shocking to some. I mean, because I'm not even gonna lie, that's the reason why people probably go through the red pill rage. I know I went through it for a while. I was very upset. Now it's just, hey man, I'm gonna give you. I tell you how it is, and that's all it is. I don't care if you, you like me or you don't. I don't care.
Well, I don't know if what I had when I finally had the quote unquote red pill rage, it was more like a red pill realization that took place when I was a preteen.
Mm-hmm.
That, what kinds of positions socially and politically that women were trying to shift everybody in.
Mm-hmm.
And, the fact that there were a lot of dummy ass men that were letting women shift things in that position. And it was becoming greatly unfair to men. And the whole relationship thing didn't come in till I was older when I started to realize that like a lot of females were their own unmaking when they make these decisions. And when
Mm-hmm.
these decisions go awry, then all of a sudden they want to blame the dudes that didn't have a fucking thing to do with
Mm-hmm.
it.
Well, plain and simple. I remember I had a conversation with my daughter. I said, okay, now, because it all came up, and I said, this is the difference is. I said, women go ahead and say, okay, fine, we messing around. We realized that night that, wait a minute, you ain't on birth control no more. Oh, shit. I said, you realize if you get pregnant, neither one of us are in a financial position to be having no kid. You didn't tell me you wasn't on, the pill no more. We would have done, well, if it do happen, we'll do this. Okay, cool. That's what we agreed that night. Come up a week later, find out. I'm like, oh shit. So I'm like, I already knew. Within when we go ahead and set up to do that, I find out one of the sisters is pregnant. So I'm like, fuck. I'm like, one of her, my baby mama's sister is pregnant. 2 days after that, I find out that the other sister is pregnant. I said, fuck. I already knew. I'm like, well, I got a kid now. I already know. Why? Think about it. It's 5 of y'all girls, and 2 of you already pregnant, supposedly, and now the third one. Come on, now y'all want to have y'all babies together. Like literally, my daughter was always dressed as a triplet with her, other 2 cousins. So I mean, we all knew. I'm like, oh fuck, and I'm like, but one of the things I always said, men look at it as this. Say your daughter needs something or the money ain't available or you ain't made enough, it's going to look at it on the man. It's going to be, you should have made more. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be, it ain't no excuse, this, that, and the other. Too bad. We don't care that you don't got enough money. Find it. You better find the money. You better sacrifice. You better never have a life. You better never do nothing, this, that, and the other. Like literally, it was times where when I was, especially when I first started running shows, I said, it was times I was running the shows. I remember I was getting all the money went to him. I never got a dime. So it was like I was going to work, working hard, as much as y'all see me working now, coming home, running a podcast, and not getting a dime. And I remember sometimes I tell them at the end of the week, having after child support and everything, you got about $100 a week. And I remember going on sometimes people say, when's the last time you went on a vacation? Never. I went on a vacation that somewhere where I said, oh, I wanted to go since I had a child. Never. I sit up here and I can sit here and laugh, but you can go on their Facebook page and you can see where they've went. And when most of them went, well, you're supposed to sacrifice for your kids. But they're not sacrificing. They're not sacrificing on the level that I am. But it's okay. It's looked at the man as, hey, that's just what you're supposed to do. And that's accepted. Well, on them, it's like, hey, you have 3 kids. You have a kid and you can't pay for them. They're going to get 3 hots a cot, this, that, and the other, double minority status, super big tax return at the end of the year, all these other programs. He has a kid, can't support it. The only thing he getting is jail sentence and a suspended license. I said, so do you really think about it? It's a big difference when that. I said, now if the men want to talk about all this equal, maybe they should fight for, oh, no, you're right. Y'all wouldn't want to be equal? Well, fine. We want X amount of maternity leave, too, when y'all have one of our kids. So we can spend time with our child.
Well, you know what, though? Men have to fight for those rights. And,
right, but I'm saying is, so we can spend time with our child and bond. But they would never do that because that would bring men, and this is the thing, that would bring men into the point of standard or to where they'd have a say-so with the kid. And technically, as you see, that would change the status quo. The kid, it would change from being theirs to ours. And they don't want that. Because it's easier to control it's easier to control the women of the specified group with emotions and stuff like that. That's why you see. That's the reason why somebody like Too Short can come out after making all them damn songs. A bitch is a bitch, and that's my favorite word, and bitches ain't shit, and all this other shit. And then they're like, yeah. I'm like, but yet you don't realize that this was a dude who was the catalyst, who called y'all to get called, who caused y'all to be called bitches. Mm. It's like y'all forgot. It's like, say I invented the word bitch, and we gonna call these people bitches. Now, 20 years later, I'd be like, yep. He just talks to people. Kevin just talks to people so bad. And they're like, yep, you're right about that. But Judge, didn't you invent the word? No, don't worry about that. I mean, they go to show you, it's just so funny how a super emotional response just, and one reason why society will probably end up in how it is because they realize, hey, as long as they can control them with an emotional response, the only way the men can ever take any power back is to say, well, fuck it. We're just not going to deal with you, and we're going to leave you to your own devices. We're not going to help you no type of way. And unless you with our program, you get nothing. I mean, you can be on fire. I'm pissing the other way. Sorry. You might say that while putting you out that, you felt some type of way. I mean, like, you want to be like Hancock when he was rescuing that police officer. Do I have permission to touch your body? We're like, bitch, get the fuck, man. No, do I have permission to touch your body?
Pretty soon the cops going to be doing that.
I mean, like, imagine a firefighter busting in the house. Hey, I know it's fire in here and all that. Hey, man, you got to sign this form right here before I can pull you. Motherfucker, it's burnt. I don't give a shit. You better sign this motherfucker right here. Nigga, the paper. Nigga, sign this shit. Something.
Hey, Judge Zilla. Judge Zilla. Like, damn, I need to get back into the church. It's the T193U. I don't know if that's supposed to make up a word or some clever word, but he said, fuck all that, fellas. You better mind very carefully whom you bear children with. Mm-hmm. Enjoy your life and the fruits of your labor. Don't give it back to the court system and reckless spenders.
Definitely about that.
I mean, I agree with that. I agree with that completely.
Like I used to sit there and laugh, man. I'd be like, literally, one of the things that I saw that I can say that going through the system and being in and out of being processed in and out of the system for the child support and all that crap, it allowed me to link up with a lot of other men. And I saw, like, literally, remember I told you about the guy that I got out of jail for the incident for a crime he didn't do just because somebody said he did. A woman said, well, his cousin, and even his cousin was like, him and his cousin robbed me. His cousin came out and said, no, I didn't rob him. I went over here We went over here, met the broad she was a lady of the evening, working girl. We met her at the hotel, this, that, and the other. When we got there, me and my cousin were there. I stayed behind and, played with the girl. My cousin left. She said she wanted X amount of dollars. When the whole thing was over, she tried to go up in the rate. When he didn't give it to her, she screamed, "Oh, robbery." Now she didn't hit him with the R, but she hit him with the robbery. So the cousin said, "Nah, I didn't rob her. This is what happened. Oh, they had a gun, this, that, and the other. No gun found on them. Dude sat in jail for damn near 7 months. I mean, he was sitting in there all that time, and I happened to come in, and I was doing one of my 10-day things. I was just studying for 10 days. And I told him, hey, man, this is what you do. If this is what happened and you telling me the truth, under no circumstances do you plead. Because he's like, man, I'm just about to plead. They say I can be out in 14 months. And you would not believe how many people are sitting up in jail on boot, and they will let you sit there. I mean, especially if you ain't got no money. If you just an average Joe, ordinary Mo. And what's so bad, I contacted the dude the other day. I said, hey, man, I was talking about you online. Maybe you should come and join our little group online and tell these people. His people got back to me. Dude back in jail on a cold case. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, we appreciate. He said, your advice got him out there. Because he's like, I ain't going to lie. I told him just go ahead and take the plea because of that. Now, his cousin admitted, hey, man, my cousin went downstairs and got in the room. She was never robbed. She was this, that, and the other. So if anybody need to be sitting here, it need to be me. Let my cousin go. I'm like, no, we're keeping you both. And I mean, just give an example. The dude I got the job working with me. The only reason why the cop even told him, nigga, we know it ain't you. Because the guy had a completely different physical description. Completely different. We know it ain't you, but he used your car and you don't know which one of your dudes it is. And since you ain't gonna snitch, you gonna do the time for it. And he did the time for it. And police do it all the time. They're allowed to do that. And to know to be processed in and out, to meet people and to see people's paperwork and seeing it done, maybe even got a couple people out. And to know that, hey, I remember I told him, I said, dude, your case been continued this many times. I said, do not sign and take a plea. He's like, man, I'm just going to I'm like, bro, I'm letting you know, if I would have done it, the same thing, I'd have been out for my case with the assault. The reason why they keep continuing it is because they don't got nothing to convict you on. If you had an open and shut case, your case would have been done. He went back. They tried to convince him all that day to sign a plea. I'm like, dude, make it go to court. As soon as right before they swore the jury in, they dropped the charges. Now I said, now how the fuck you sit up here and talk about you got a case against this dude and you drop the charges as you bringing the jury in? I mean, literally. And he even said, dude, he's like, they was trying to get me to get a plea. They brought the jury in and everything. And right before opening the statement, the city dropped the charges. I never seen, I'm like, they do it all the time. He said to know that the case wouldn't even go to court. They dropped the charges. They never said a word. Even he said, I had a court-appointed lawyer, and they were saying, oh, just take the plea. I'm like, because half the time the motherfuckers be in on it. They all sitting there talking to each other. Right before the whole thing went on, they dropped the charges. Now, how in the world they dropped the charges 10 minutes before your case starts? For real? And that's why I got in touch with him too. And I'm like, yeah, we need to bring him on the show so he can tell these young men. Because I figure y'all talking to him. And in fact, I seen even a screenshot. He's like, yeah, man, dude caught a old cold case. They got him because he had been with people that did dirt. And I told him, I said the bad thing is don't go down for no dirt that you didn't do. Now he did this what he in for now, but to know that hey, you niggas gonna say we gonna find something. Look what they did to OJ. We'll find we gonna get something, get you for something.
Well, in a system that isn't designed to work for us, I am not surprised at all.
Like I said, I wish I had my other phone. I'd send you the message, and it was like, He was like, for you to be so young, you know, I was like, well, I was right. I was around a lot of older people, but I didn't meet them until after I already fucked up in my life. If I would have known them maybe a year or so earlier, I'd been fine. But you know, it's just like after you catch, I said the thing is this. I told you, don't never take no plea. Never go to court, period. I said they put more black men in jail sitting there on dumbass pleas than anything else. Make them convict you in court. Unless you know for sure you did that shit, don't go to court. Go make them go. If you did shit and you know you did it, go that. But on bullshit, you fight that shit. I don't give a damn what it is.
Yeah. Fight, fight of anything,
Right.
especially if you know you're not
Fight.
guilty.
Yeah,
Hey,
you don't fight, you're fucked.
Hey, but listen up, man. I think I'm gonna bring this one to a close.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so go ahead and say what you got to say in your final wrap up, and then I'm gonna say what I'm saying, and then it's gonna be over with.
Oh, shit. I'm sitting here looking at that picture right here.
Yeah. That shit is funny, man.
Yeah. Oh,
I say y'all might see that one again.
Right, I ain't gonna lie though. You know that he be doing that shit too.
Yeah, man. A lot of these preachers, especially Pastor Jamal Bryant, with his multiple baby mamas and shit.
Well, I mean, what do you expect? I mean, and the reason why, I mean, and like I said, I ain't even gonna fault. I'm not gonna fault none of the pastors and stuff like that. Think about it. You bringing men back in the church, and bringing any man point of view can stop their revenue. You understand what I'm saying?
And
it's
then
like
they really don't. Then they really don't tackle like any of the real issues that are going on in their community. And the only thing that they'll tell you is pray. Go get you some Jesus and put that change in a collection plate. That's the only thing they're gonna really say.
Right. I said, well, this is the problem too. You don't want too many men there because the problem with men is this: men, we hold other men accountable. So we sit up here and say, you said, hey, nigga, you said this building fund was going to be built here. We didn't have a building fund for 20 years. Where's this building? Where's the money? Let's see the money in the bank account at least. Let's see how much. Let me see the paperwork. Let me see, what? Let me see something. We want to see something. See, those are things right there that, especially in a black community, is known. When you question a person, it's known as disrespect in the black community. Like I've noticed that even when I've dealt with these black restaurants. Hey man, well, okay, fine. You said this is there. When is it gonna be ready? Well, 10 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. Well, no, you just wait. Well, give me a time frame. No, you just wait. It don't work like that. Anybody else see? The problem is once you try to hold them accountable, that's form for hold, especially women. That's a form of disrespect to any woman, or I hate to say something, a lot of these ill-raised black men, because as black men, a lot of us bitch-made niggas out there, as soon as you say, like I said, somebody should have said, well, ain't bitch your favorite word when he made that comment. I mean, so right, nigga, but right, but bitch ain't all right. Oh, you got a daughter? Yeah, but I know she a bitch too, right? Because that's your favorite word. Right?
Bitch.
No, nigga, it was okay when we was talking about somebody else's daughter, but not talking about yours. No, bitch, that's your favorite word. So your daughter a bitch too, right?
Bitch.
Right? I mean, I'm just asking. Call a spade a spade.
Oh man, yeah.
Right? Ain't your daughter a bitch? Is she? I just asked. So is your daughter a bitch too? Huh? Is she? I mean, just answer the question. And that'd start a big old fight right there. But you said that's your favorite word, so I mean, I know you don't consider it disrespectful because it's your favorite word.
He gonna say that's just he gonna say that's just rapping though.
Well, I'm just talking now. So here's the question: I'm just talking, having a conversation, and you worried about bitch, but yet you can say it out on the record for millions of dollars. I mean, which one? We having a conversation right now.
You sure that it was that much money for real?
Well, somebody was making millions. He may have not been. His cut may have not been that much, but you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got it.
But, I mean, considering that the radio stations pay a premium, they get all that ad revenue, but it was okay for bitch to be his favorite word then.
Mm-hmm.
But now that he got a daughter, hey man, plain and simple, as you see. I've even said some shit as you see. It don't work. What's right is right. I don't give a damn if you my kid or not. I'm not one of those blind parents. Hey man, spade is a spade. Period. You know, I even told you. You know, you out there and you stealing and whatever. Hey man, it's just what it is. I'm not gonna be one of them parents on TV. Oh well, what do you expect? He had to steal so he could get Jordans and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, he was stealing. You shot his ass. Hey man, that's what you had to do. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm sorry that he did that, but I'm not mad at you. I mean, you did what you had to do. I
Yeah.
mean, I mean, this the problem is we gotta stop doing this bullshit, especially in the black community, justifying bad behavior. We just got to stop. You know, you can't do that, and that's the downfall of our society. With our churches and you see people like T.D. Jakes and all these dummies like this. Hey, man, you know, certain people you can't be too short. You need to shut your ass up. You can't be the spokesperson for that
Mm.
because you are a bitch. Your favorite word.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we're gonna call that a day.
All right. All right. Well, here's my closing statement. It is like all of this, which we just talked about, basically, for the people in the audience and the people in the clouds who may not, be catching on to what we're trying to say is a lot of this shit takes a special kind of stupid to pull off. And yeah, the examples I showed tonight, the guy who got his finger caught up in the lion cage with the lion, and Sukiana, and now that I can mention it now, she was twerking on an underage guy, and we got a bunch of females on social media and Twitter that is actually trying to justify this shit. The same people like Bronny James getting mad with his prom date and shit. And I'm just like, what you worried about somebody in high school for? All these little simp rappers like Too Short, calling Kevin Samuels harsh and saying things like it sounded hateful when he himself created those environments, just like all these little rappers that are, I guess, guilt tripping at this point. But, at the same time, it's like it may be a special kind of stupid out there that this is taking, but we, as a people and as influencers and as adults, we don't have to be as stupid as them motherfuckers are. Period. We come together and we talk about stuff like this is because of the fact that this stuff is starting to plague our way of life, and people are now making this bullshit the standard. So, you know, people like me, we're here to fight the good fight. Shout out to Glock 30s. Thanks for coming by. And by all means, for anybody that is new to this channel, that's coming in his feed and his algorithm, please hit that subscribe button because I do this every Saturday, Sunday, and Monday with live broadcasts. And I also do pre-recorded, edited videos such as news stories, BMBBH news, news without the WS, because we do need our own media. And the longer we trust mainstream media, the longer they're going to continue to make us look stupid. So it's good that we finally have black men out here that's willing to say what we got to say in order to set the record straight and not let these stupid ass motherfuckers rule the narrative. So take that how you want to take it. I'm here to be brutally honest with you guys. So anyway, let's go ahead and end it right here. I want to thank Judge Dre for stopping by. Definitely drop some gems, you guys in the chat. You guys are always just excellent, and I really do appreciate that. And thank you for all of the super chats. I really appreciate the support that I have been receiving on my journey to build a bigger and better platform. Uh, Yeah, Anthony Drosos. Yeah, let me put this on the screen. It says when you subscribe, make sure you set the notifications to all. Uh, so the little bell turns solid black. Yeah, because that's what happens. A lot of people will sub, but they won't hit the notifications. Set to all, and it could be that what that person said earlier that I am being shadow banned, but I kind of expect that with a name like Black Men Being Brutally Honest. But I knew exactly what I was doing when I named the YouTube channel that, when I named the Facebook group that 5 years ago. I knew all of the controversy that would bring, and that's the controversy is the reason why you got hypocritical simp ass dudes like Too Short coming out to say the things that he has said about Kevin Samuels. And it's not going to stop with Kevin Samuels. It's not going to stop. It's going to continue as long as you have critically thinking, free speaking black men. And I'm definitely not going to stop. I'm going to continue to be who I am on this platform. Uh, yeah, and that's just going to be it. So deal with it, get used to it. But that's it for now. This is Kev. Long live the habitual line steppers. In Kev we trust. I'm gonna win, and when that happens, we all win. Uh, Peace out till the next time. Thank you for watching.